Now on CoastTV News.
Clearing snow on the roads. After a day of cleanup, we have the latest on the highways as you get ready to make that morning commute.
Plus, bringing back the power. What we are hearing from our region's utilities in the effort to resolve outages.
We continue to dig out from over 20 inches of snow across parts of Sussex County. We're below the freezing mark, so watch for black ice slick spots this morning. It's going to be a blustery day, but we are tracking another chance of rain and snow in the days ahead.
And State of the Union invite with the president's big speech tonight, the guest list from Delaware's congressional delegation.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And you are now looking live at Rehoboth Beach. The waves rolling in on the left side of your screen with snow-covered beaches and boardwalk in the center. A winter wonderland in the nation's summer capital.
That's for sure, Matt. And just south of that, along the coast, here's Ocean City. Coastal Highway, to be specific, looking clear after we had that massive snowstorm yesterday.
Yeah, good looking shot there. We are trying to get back to normal. It is Tuesday, February 24th, 2026. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, Matt. I'm Grace Eckerly. Thank you for being up with us today during our 5 o'clock hour.
And for those that are watching on a device or at someone else's home due to an outage, we're hoping that you see power restored for you at some point later today.
That's right, Matt. After the snowstorm yesterday, we're going to turn our attention to First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono. Chris, you're busy yesterday, you're busy today with all the snow that we had.
Good morning, Grace and Matt. Yes, I mean, these were impressive snowfall totals, 21 inches in Long Neck, and that gives you an idea of the weight we had across the area with this snow caking to power lines and trees. And that's why we were seeing so many trees down across Sussex County. Over 19 inches in Rehoboth, Bethel, 19 in Georgetown and Lewis, as well as through Seaford. So impressive snowfall totals through Sussex County and southern Kent counties. Now, right now we had a few clouds roll over the area overnight, so that's kept temperatures not all that low across the area, but we are beginning to clear out, so I'm expecting temperatures to drop through the 20s here into the morning. Here's our coastal storm pushing up into the Canadian Maritimes. We do have weak high pressure that's going to be building into the region today. We're at the freezing mark right now in Ocean City. You can see temperatures are below freezing for much of the peninsula, so which means is anything that was liquid yesterday is now black ice. Winds are gusting still out of the west-northwest, anywhere between about 20 to 25 miles an hour. So we are seeing wind chills this morning in the teens and 20s. So it is a cold start to the day across the peninsula. We're going to see those temperatures get above the freezing mark this afternoon, but just barely with that wind out of the northwest. So we're going to be dealing with a lot of blowing and drifting snow throughout the afternoon. Coming up, we will talk about a few small rain and snow chances and a nice weekend warm-up ahead.
Thank you, Chris. And over the past 24 hours, crews have been working to clear roadways after the massive snowstorm. There are still active snow emergencies in effect for Maryland's lower shore. And in Delaware, there's a level 2 driving ban in place for Sussex County, meaning only necessary travel is permitted.
That's right, Matt. Now, CoastTV News reporter Elisa Weber is hitting the roads in our First Alert weather Jeep. And Elisa, things out there were melting yesterday afternoon, but the concern today is freezing overnight.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. I'm in a different setting than yesterday morning. I'm not outside. I'm inside our First Alert weather Jeep, giving you a live look outside at the roads right now. We are driving north on Route 1. As you can see, the roadway is clear of snow. This is a great sign after everything that happened yesterday. I mean, the sides of the road, you can see all of that snow just piled up. But this morning, the biggest concern, it's black ice with everything freezing overnight. Yesterday afternoon, I was outside. I saw the parking lots were melting, which is a great sign, but overnight that all turned into ice. This morning, what's really the concern is parking lots and maybe developments that haven't been plowed as well. That black ice can be extremely dangerous. I know I encountered a lot this morning when I was driving into work on the main highways, though here, as we were showing you right now on Route 1, this is clear. Of course, we are being careful. You never know when black ice can pop up. There is some on the side of the road. You can see that on the screen right there. But in terms of the major roadways, everything is looking clear on Route 1. We will, of course, have more updates for you. Back to you.
Lisa Weber, she was live in the First Alert weather Jeep. Kent and Sussex County, we mentioned this, are now under a level 2 driving restriction that was reduced yesterday. That means officials urge motorists to avoid travel unless there is a significant safety, health, or business reason. Drivers who must be on the road, they're asked to use extreme caution, and you can track snowplows in Delaware on DelDOT's website.
And this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what is your biggest concern with the snow? Let's take a look at these updated results. Most people, 77% coming in with power outages. That is a whopping majority. Next followed up by shoveling, flooding, and freezing pipes. And Matt, we do have a comment.
Yeah, we got Steve from Laurel here who's very passionate about this. He says, if we can get to that. Well, he told us enough already. I don't think we're going to get that on our screen, but that was his comment. Enough already. So if you haven't voted yet, you can still do so on CoastTV.com.
Is that how you're feeling, Matt?
I'm going to plead the fifth on that one.
All right, well, be sure to download the Coast TV app for your phone and tablet. We have all of our storm coverage on there, and as always, all of our news is always on this. In case you didn't know, you can get the Coast TV streaming app for your TV with devices like Roku, Fire TV, as well as Apple TV.
Here's a look into the Cape May Lewis Ferry. The ferry says it is continuing to monitor conditions in an effort to assess travel operations for today. So far, we've been tracking this one all morning. No cancellations have been announced. The severe weather did cause the cancellation of every single crossing on Monday. Ooh.
Yeah, that is a scary sight there. This is video sent to us from a viewer on Calhoun Avenue off Dagsboro Road between Salisbury and Delaware. They got their phone just in time to capture the moment that pole went up in sparks.
That's a good transition to this. We have an update on the power outages on Delmarva in Sussex County. Over 28,000 people still without power. That's according to numbers from Delaware Co-op and Delmarva Power. In Worcester County, Delmarva Power is reporting over 1,100 are without electricity. That number is over 900 customers in Wycomico County.
And if you are stuck without power still, the Hyatt Place in Dewey Beach is continuing a deal. And here's the code. It's on your screen right now, G-SNO1. That offers a rate of $69 for a night at the Hyatt. Happening today, operations are beginning to return to normal in Delaware. State officials announcing that Kent and Sussex County offices are expected to open at 10 a.m. this morning. Non-essential workers who live in those counties should plan to arrive at 10 a.m. However, essential workers should report as scheduled. Officials say that offices in Newcastle County are operating on a regular schedule.
New overnight shift changes at Mount Air Farms due to the severe weather. The business is announcing all day shifts for today are canceled at the Selbyville and Millsboro plants. Officials say maintenance should confirm with supervisors on their schedules, and according to Mount Air, night shifts are still taking place as scheduled. The Millsboro admin building is also set to open today.
New overnight, 5 people were injured and 70 others displaced after a massive fire ripped through a North Carolina apartment complex. This happened at the Camden Westwood Apartments in Morrisville. Firefighters said that blaze is now completely under control as they are managing remaining hot spots. An investigation into the cause of this massive fire is expected.
And we are now taking a live look at Washington, D.C. President Trump is preparing to deliver his State of the Union address tonight, where he's expected to talk immigration, economy, and tariffs. Supreme Court justices, lawmakers from both parties, and other important figures are set to be in attendance for the speech.
However, as NBC's Tracy Wilkins shows us, some Democrats have already signaled plans to boycott the event by attending a nearby rally.
While few details have been confirmed for tonight's State of the Union address, the president's latest public comments and his posts on Truth Social may suggest what the nation can expect. There is one thing the president has made clear.
It's going to be a long speech because we have so much to talk about.
The latest polling showing nearly 60% of Americans disapprove of President Trump's overall performance, and more than half disapproving of key policies like the economy, international relations, and immigration enforcement, according to a Washington Post ABC poll. Changing minds is expected to be a key focus of tonight's speech as the president makes his own case.
We've transformed stagnation into growth, weakness into strength, and chaos into order, liberty, and justice. We have done that. Today our border is secure. Murders are at a 125-year low.
Some Democrats have said they will not attend tonight's address in protest.
It's important to show the American public that someone that has led the single most corrupt government in U.S. history that there has to be action against that.
There's no confirmation on who will be the president's guests for the evening, but we do expect the Supreme Court justices to be front and center following their 6-3 ruling limiting Trump's ability to level tariffs.
The Supreme Court's ruling on tariffs is deeply disappointing, and I'm ashamed of certain members of the court.
But what the president's base and most Americans will want to hear is his plans for the economy, lowering inflation and prices, something the president claims he's already winning on.
I have to listen to the fake news talking about affordability. I've won affordability.
In Washington, Tracy Wilkins, NBC News.
New this morning, Congresswoman Sarah McBride is inviting Delaware Attorney General Kathy Jennings to join her in attending the State of the Union. According to McBride, affordability for Delaware families is an issue that both lawmakers agree on.
Also new this morning, a review rescheduled, I should say, for Delaware Troop 4 in Georgetown. According to Delaware State Police, the year in review that was scheduled for today will now take place on March 10th. Troopers will hold the presentation at 6 p.m. at the Millville Town Hall.
And we're just getting started here on this hour of Coast TV News Today.
Yeah, coming up on Coast TV News Today, BB operations to resume as the organization still recovering from the storm. Some offices will open today.
Also, most snow in Sussex County, how much the town of Bethel is reporting.
Still ahead, thousands of families got help last year in the first state, and now one profit is marking 60 years of impact. And First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono is in the Weather Center. He's working on all that goes with the after effects of a blizzard that includes black ice on the roads in these morning hours. We check in with Chris next.
Good Tuesday morning, Delmarva. I hope everyone is recovering. I know many areas still without power. We've had trees down due to the heavy weight of this snow. Now there's some of the residual effects, black ice, slick spots, especially on those on and off ramps, the bridges, the less traveled roads, and allow for some extra time for that car to warm up this morning with those temperatures below freezing. We're at 30 right now in Salisbury. We have winds out of the northwest at about 14 miles an hour, 18 degrees it feels like in Easton this morning, feeling like 19. So we're dealing with a wind chill this morning with those wind gusts upwards of 30 miles an hour. So expect blowing and drifting snow throughout the day today. We have cloud cover overnight. That's beginning to push offshore. So skies are clearing across the area and we are in for plenty of sunshine today, but we're going to struggle to warm up out of the lower 30s. I think many areas are in fact going to stay right at or just below freezing with those wind gusts in excess of 30 miles an hour. We'll talk about some rain and snow chances late tonight into Wednesday, and then a nice weekend warm up awaits.
Over the last year, a local nonprofit has serviced over 8,000 families in the first state. These services range from open case management to after-school homework programs. And as Coast TV News reporter Ana Sofia Roman shows us, they continue to make an impact as they celebrate 60 years.
First State Community Action Agency was formed in 1965 as Sussex County Community Action Agency. Today, it is the only community action agency in Delaware. Bernice Edwards is going into her 20th year as the executive director, but started with the nonprofit in 1978.
We are an anti-poverty program, and our mission is to work towards the elimination of poverty and lessen the effect of poverty on people of low income.
One of the services First State Community Action Agency offers is a food pantry, and they say so far this year, they have helped over 450 families.
It helps me out very well, because I'm not realizing that prices have gone up. So this really helps everything for me to be able to feed myself.
Edwards says First State Community Action Agency partners with other nonprofits to make sure they are reaching the larger community.
That's what community action is all about. How do we partner with other nonprofits, working with families, helping families to become self-sufficient? Sometimes, we can't be everything to everybody.
Giving a hand, one person at a time. For the Ties That Bind Us, I'm Ana Sofia Roman.
We are about to hit 5:19 on this Tuesday morning. We're giving you that live look at the early morning scene of Salisbury, and Chris hoping for some melting today, a little bit maybe.
Yeah, we'll get a little bit with that sun, but the temperature is not warming up all that much. We had a little cloud cover overnight that's beginning to push offshore. There's our massive coastal storm now kicking up into the Canadian Maritimes and wrapping up there across Nova Scotia. We have high pressure building in briefly, and then this clipper system is going to drop down and give us a brief chance of a snow or rain shower as we go into the overnight hours into early Wednesday morning. We're at 30 right now in Salisbury, dew point 18, so we are seeing some wind chill values in the teens. We're at 30 right now in Georgetown, 30 Long Neck, so that's why we have a lot of black ice across the region, because we are below the freezing mark. The wind's still kicking up near 30 Indian River Inlet, 23 in Salisbury, so that's creating wind chills in the teens, feeling like 19 this morning in Rehoboth, 21 in Ocean City, as well as 21 in Millsboro. Now, we do have small craft advisories up for the Atlantic coast as well as the Chesapeake Bay. Those run through this evening. Now, looking forward to the day today, we're going to struggle to get out of the low 30s, so we're going to be dealing with a lot of blowing snow out there with the winds still kicking up to 30 miles an hour, and then that weak clipper pushes through late tonight in through the early morning, but we do rebound by the afternoon tomorrow, getting up into the mid to upper 40s. So today getting up to 34 in Georgetown, 35 Easton, 35 Ocean City to 34 in Milford. There's those wind gusts continuing 25 to near 30 miles an hour through the afternoon. As that clipper system pushes through, we'll see more of a southwest wind behind it. So we're still going to be pretty breezy tomorrow, but it's going to be a milder wind getting us up into the upper 40s to near 50 degrees. So as we go into the overnight, clouds will increase, and there you see a brief snow shower chance by around 6 a.m. tomorrow. Clears out pretty quickly, and by the afternoon we rebound nicely into the upper 40s. I think some areas will hit the 50-degree mark across the eastern shore as we go into the afternoon ahead of another storm system that will impact us late Thursday in through Friday. But note the temperatures are going to be in the 40s, so I think we're going to be dealing with primarily rain with this event. It has tracked a bit more to the south. You can see a narrow strip of some potential snow as you make your way into Newcastle County, South Jersey, into Philly, but this is a quick moving system as it comes in late Thursday night into Friday. I do think by Friday afternoon it's much better with sunshine developing, and that system will clear out just in time for the weekend. We're at 34 this afternoon with that blowing snow with gusts near 30 miles an hour. We dipped to 24 overnight with that weak clipper system pushing through with that possible rain and snow shower. Not going to amount to much. 43 into our Wednesday with that brief shower chance, but looking pretty nice by the afternoon. We get up to 48. That next storm system rolls in Thursday night through Friday, bringing primarily rain to the area, and this is what we've all been waiting for. Look at that, Saturday, 57 degrees. I think some areas across the peninsula will hit 60 degrees, but unfortunately the 30s make a return for Monday as we start that new work week.
Thank you, Chris. And while we're looking forward to those warmer temperatures, we're still dealing with that bitter cold, and due to the ongoing winter conditions and widespread power outages, emergency warming shelters are still open to help people stay safe. According to the Delaware Department of Public Health, anyone impacted by the storm can head to Sussex Central Middle School for shelter. Officials say a public shelter is also available at Dover High School. Wicomico County health officials say a warming center is now open at the Wicomico Civic Center's Midway Room. These facilities staying open until further notice.
In Sussex County, the big winner in terms of snowfall totals, town of Bethel, with an official measurement of 19.2 inches, making the dig out all the more challenging for people living there. Some families told us that they used the snow day to get outside and sled.
More to come on Coast TV News today. BB operations to resume, the changes at the organization as some operations plan to reopen today. We'll be right back. Ocean View is still being impacted by the severe weather on Monday. Town officials say the storm is canceling the town council budget workshop that was supposed to be set for today. It will be rescheduled for a later date. According to the town, administrative offices will remain closed today.
BB Healthcare is opening its Millville, Milton, and Rehoboth Beach walk-in centers at 10 this morning. This comes as the organization continues to make changes due to the storm. BB says all primary and specialty care practices will remain closed today, along with all outpatient locations. Elective surgeries and procedures have been moved to the Lewis campus.
Many school districts on Delmarva will be delayed, closed, or have virtual learning today. And for a full list of all those closures, along with churches and other organizations, check out the crawl at the bottom of your screen or go to coasttv.com and our mobile app and click the closings and delays banner at the top of the homepage.
Hope this Tuesday morning is treating you well. Delmarva, staying warm, staying dry from all this wet snow we have across the area. Taking a live look into Ocean City, we're right at the freezing mark there. Now, we're not going to do all that much as far as temperatures go today. We're going to really struggle to get out of the low 30s through Ocean City, Fenwick Island. We're going to have a persistent northwest wind gusting to 30 miles an hour. So, Lewis, we're going to see plenty of sunshine through the afternoon, but again, struggling to get just above that freezing mark across much of the coast. As we go into Cambridge, we get into the mid-30s through the eastern shore. So all in all, a cold, blustery day on the peninsula with a strong northwest wind to 30 miles an hour. So expect a lot of blowing and drifting snow. Congratulations, Tina McComber of Milford, Delaware, on winning an umbrella from Coast TV. We will talk about some minor rain and snow chances over the days ahead coming up in the next half hour.
Thank you, Chris. And after the break on Coast TV News today, State of the Union preview, the lawmakers on Delmarva who are set to attend and who will deliver a special message.
Also, Mount Air modifications, how the company is adjusting schedules due to storm impacts.
Plus, power outage update, how many people are still without power on Delmarva. Coast TV News today continues after the break.
Now on Coast TV News.
Spinning in the snow. After a day of road closures, we have the latest on the conditions ahead of your morning drive.
Plus, crews resume restoration efforts. What we are hearing from utilities in their efforts to bring power back online.
We continue to dig out from over 20 inches of snow across parts of Sussex County. We're below the freezing mark, so watch for black ice slick spots this morning. It's going to be a blustery day, but we are tracking another chance of rain and snow in the days ahead.
And McBride extends invitation who Delaware's lone representative is bringing to tonight's State of the Union address.
This is Coast TV News Today.
Giving you a live look into Ocean City this morning. Looks like the waves are a little choppy out there along the inlet. Still seeing that active action with those waves as we are coming out of this blizzard.
Yeah, let's go to the middle part of the peninsula in Georgetown. This is the intersection of Route 113 and Route 9. You can see DelDOT has done a great job here clearing this main roadway. And you can also see how much snow was removed by some of those piles on the side. And that is how we start this half hour on February 24th, 2026. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Grace.
Good morning, Matt. I'm Grace Eckerly. Thank you for joining us today.
5:31 a.m. Black ice, as you heard Chris say a moment ago. That's a concern this morning. And Grace, you have firsthand knowledge of this.
Unfortunately, and Elisa showed us a little bit in the last half hour. She's going to show us again coming up soon. But she got to witness me slip and just... I tried to be as graceful as possible, but I was carrying my hairspray and my curling iron, all the essentials for my job.
Fortunately, you look no worse for the wear on that one.
Thank you. I'm trying my best. But it's a good thing that we have Chris because he's going to tell us all about it, right?
Black ice, Chris.
Yes, you got to watch your step out there this morning, Grace, and you have to watch your step outside the door this morning, Delmarva, and around your area. Anything that was liquid last night is now ice, and that's all thanks to this mammoth of a snowstorm we saw across southern Delaware and for much of the Delmarva Peninsula. 21 inches in Longneck. Some impressive totals. 19 was the wild number across much of Sussex County. 19.5 for Rehoboth, 19 in Seaford and Georgetown. So an impressive storm. Normally when we get these snowstorms along the coast, we get some mixing along the immediate coast that limits the snowfall totals. This storm was the perfect track for major snow along the Delaware coast. In fact, not that much snow on the other side of the bay through Baltimore and D.C. Now, we had a few clouds overnight, and those are beginning to shift offshore. Skies are clearing, and we are looking at plenty of sunshine today, but not warming up all that much. We're at 30 right now in Salisbury, so temperatures are going to be holding in the upper 20s under partly cloudy skies through the afternoon. We're at 30 in Rehoboth, 29 in Milford, but the winds are still cranking out of the northwest, anywhere between about 20 to 30 miles an hour. So that's creating a wind chill this morning. It feels like 19 in Milford. 19 in Lewis, and 21 in Ocean City. So some bitter temperatures and wind chills greeting us this morning. And there you see we struggled to get just above the freezing mark through the afternoon under partly cloudy skies. Clouds will increase through the evening and overnight. That's ahead of a weak clipper that will bring us a brief chance of a shower or even a snow shower into tomorrow morning. I'll have more on that here in a few minutes.
Thank you, Chris. And over the past 24 hours, crews have been working to clear roadways after this massive snowstorm. And in Sussex County, there is a level 2 driving ban in place. That means only necessary travel is permitted.
Our Lisa Weber is on the roads on the First Alert Weather Jeep. We saw snow melting yesterday afternoon, but the concern now is freezing that occurred overnight. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. It was great to see all that snow melting yesterday afternoon. I was walking around outside. I was like, this is a great sign. But then this morning, that concern is black ice. We are now driving south on Route 1. Route 1 is looking good. It's looking clear this morning. You can see all that snow piled up on the sides. Of course, like I mentioned, black ice is the concern. You can see a little bit of it on the side of your screen. There is some on the side of Route 1. Of course, there's some patches of it, so you want to be careful, especially as you are driving. You never know what one road could be like. It could be different from the next. We are noticing that back roads and parking lots are in the worst condition this morning. Some of those parking lots just weren't touched yesterday, so there's going to be a lot of digging out to do. And again, just with everything freezing over from last night, you want to be careful. If you don't have to drive this morning, it's really best not to. Just give the sun some time to do its job. Give our plow crews some time to do their job as well. We have seen DelDOT out this morning. We'll have more updates for you later on. Back to you.
Thank you, Elisa. And Kent and Sussex County, like we mentioned, are under a level 2 driving restriction. Let's get into what this means. It means that officials are urging motorists to avoid travel unless there is a significant safety, health, or business reason. Drivers who must be on the roads are asked to use extreme caution. And you can also track snow plows in Delaware on DelDOT's website.
This also brings us to an update on power outages on Delmarva. In Sussex County, just under 25,000 people are still without power. That's according to numbers that we were adding up from Delaware Co-op and Delmarva Power. In Worcester County, Delmarva Power, they're reporting over 1,000 without electricity. That number is just over 900 customers in Wicomico County.
Delaware Electric Cooperative says that its crews have resumed their efforts to restore power to its members. They say that they are getting help from the Rappahannock Electric Cooperative out of Virginia, and outages impacting at least 500 members have a crew and line assigned with the goal of getting most of that resolved by this morning. According to Delaware Co-op, the worst case is to have all members restored by tomorrow.
And be sure to download Coast TV's app for your phone and tablet. All of our news is always on these. And you can also get the Coast TV streaming app for your TV with devices like Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Shift changes at Mount Air Farms due to the severe weather. Now the business is announcing all day shifts for today are canceled at the Selbyville and Millsboro plants. Officials say that maintenance should confirm with supervisors on their schedules. And according to Mount Air, night shifts are still taking place as scheduled. The Millsboro admin building is set to open today.
New this morning, operations are beginning to return to normal in Delaware. State officials announced Kent and Sussex County's offices are expected to open at 10 a.m. Non-essential state government workers who live in those counties, they should plan to arrive at 10 a.m. However, essential workers should report as scheduled. Officials say the offices in Newcastle County, they are operating on a regular schedule.
Tonight, the Delaware Department of Health and Social Services is scheduling an EBT outage from roughly 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. Wednesday morning. The DHSS says that some systems will be down for maintenance, such as online EBT transactions, transaction processing, and call centers, all of which will be unavailable.
New this morning, Congresswoman Sarah McBride is inviting Delaware Attorney General Kathy Jennings to join her in attending the State of the Union address. According to McBride, affordability for Delaware families, that's an issue both lawmakers agree on.
We are now getting a live look into Washington, D.C. on this Tuesday morning as President Trump is preparing to deliver his State of the Union address tonight, where he's expected to talk immigration, economy, and tariffs. Supreme Court justices, lawmakers from both parties, and other important figures are set to be in attendance for the speech. Some Democrats have already signaled plans to boycott the event by attending a nearby rally. The president's base and most Americans will want to hear his plans for the economy, lowering inflation and prices, something that the president claims he's winning on.
It's important to show the American public that someone that has led the single most corrupt government in U.S. history, that there has to be action against that.
We've transformed stagnation into growth, weakness into strength, and chaos into order, liberty, and justice. We have done that. Today, our border is secure. Murders are at a 125-year low.
The official Democratic response will be delivered by Virginia Governor Abigail Spanberger.
New overnight, Mexico is on edge following that government's operation that killed the cartel kingpin known as El Mencho. The cartel's reaction to the killing turned the streets of various towns into what looked like war zones. Much of the unrest was in tourist hotspots.
That's right, Matt. And now Reed Binion showing us, amid the violence, the U.S. State Department is urging American citizens to shelter in place.
We're just going to be patient and support each other and just try to get out of here as soon as we can.
Tourists, including American citizens, stranded in Mexico amid widespread unrest and violence, triggered by the killing of Mexico's most wanted cartel boss.
We were like about an hour from going to the airport. The team here at the hotel was like, hey, you don't want to go right now.
Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes was the leader of the powerful Jalisco New Generation Cartel, a major trafficker of drugs into the U.S. Oseguera, better known as El Mencho, was killed Sunday along with other cartel members in a Mexican military operation, aided by U.S. intelligence. His killing triggered a series of violent incidents.
It really did look and feel like a war zone, that feeling of what does happen next or what could happen next.
Suspected organized crime group members setting buses on fire, blocking off roads, and clashing with authorities.
Yesterday was definitely scary. It's like scenes out of a movie.
Several air carriers suspended flights to and from affected cities. Some of those routes continue to be disrupted, while flights to and from other cities are set to resume Tuesday. Meanwhile, the U.S. State Department urged American nationals to continue sheltering in place in certain areas as other parts of the country return to normal. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
And we have a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, a Dolly Parton partnership. How exciting. A new promotion is taking people to new heights.
And East Coast snow cleanup. How New Jersey is recovering after a historic storm there over the weekend.
Good Tuesday morning, Delmarva, waking up to some slick spots out there. Anything that was liquid is now ice thanks to the temperatures dipping below the freezing mark. We're at 30 right now in Dover. Wind chills are a factor this morning. It feels like 16 in Easton, 19 degrees in Lewis, and a feeling like 17 in Dover. Still picking up some gusts near 20 to 30 miles an hour, gusting to 28 Smith Island, 22 in Cambridge. We had a little cloud cover overnight that is now pushing offshore. Expect plenty of sunshine through the day today, but again, not going to warm us up all that much. We will get some melting with the sun out, but with that strong northwest wind, expect a lot of blowing and drifting snow with temperatures in the low to mid 30s. Coming up, we will talk about a few brief rain and snow chances and a pretty nice weekend to look forward to.
Happening today, we have discussion and possible action in Lewis. According to the agenda of the Bicycle and Pedestrian Advisory Committee, they're set to consider and could act on a recommendation to the mayor and city council to remove those double bollards at all trail entrances in the city. The committee could also act on the design and installation of trail user signs. That meeting tonight is scheduled for 5:30 at City Hall.
Cleanup efforts are underway in New Jersey after a powerful winter storm buried parts of the region in snow and left thousands in the dark. Parts of Jersey Shore seeing totals topping 20 inches. In Atlantic City, snow and slush remained piled along the streets and sidewalks as crews continued cleaning roads. Several schools and government offices, including in Atlantic City, will remain closed today as recovery efforts continue.
Coming up tonight on the Delmarva Sports Network, 7:30, it is Stellar Fights 72, and then you can catch the final score at 10:30.
Movie, streaming, and Broadway news now. Here's David Daniel with today's Hollywood Minute.
It's extraordinary. They put us in hair and makeup, which was specific.
Tom Hanks has played a lot of real people, from Fred Rogers to Walt Disney, but never a president until now. Hanks is set to play Abraham Lincoln in a film adaptation of George Saunders' best-selling novel Lincoln in the Bardo. He'll also produce the project through his Playtone label.
They all have some things in common.
Sinners writer-director Ryan Coogler is staying with the supernatural. The Oscar nominee is confirmed to write and direct a pilot episode of an X-Files reboot for Hulu. Danielle Deadweiler is set to play one of 2 FBI agents assigned to a long-shuttered division devoted to cases involving unexplained phenomena. The snowstorm in the northeastern U.S. closed Broadway for a second straight evening. Many theaters are traditionally dark on Mondays, but performances of Chicago, The Great Gatsby, and Six, among other shows, had to be canceled as New York remained under a state of emergency. The show will go on, just not yet. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
If you're having a rough week, cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. You can sign up now for free at coasttv.com/sign up to get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Friday.
Well, use some caution stepping out the door this morning. A lot of ice out there thanks to those temperatures dipping below the freezing mark. It's going to be a rather cold and blustery day on the peninsula, and we are tracking some minor rain and snow chances over the next few days. But there's a nice warm up I think a lot of you are going to like in that 7-day forecast. Coming up.
The time is now 5:48 a.m. as we're taking a live look out into a snow-covered Salisbury. And Chris, many people didn't need to hit the gym yesterday. They got their exercise in shoveling.
Oh yeah, that was a heavy wet snow, and I'll tell you what, I was shoveling and then I took my jacket off, my shirt was soaked, and you don't even realize it because you're shoveling the snow. But yeah, take it easy out there. That's why we've been saying when you're removing that snow, because it's quite heavy. Now, we are dealing with clear skies across the area. We had a little cloud cover overnight. There's our storm system. Area of low pressure kicking up into Halifax and the Canadian Maritimes, and boy, was it a potent storm. Over 30 inches across portions of the New England area. High pressure building in. We have a weak clipper system that's going to be diving southward through the day today, impacting us overnight into early tomorrow morning with a brief snow shower. 30 right now in Dover. You can see skies are clear there. Dew point 17. We're at 30 in Long Neck, 29 in Bridgeville, 30 in Laurel. Wind gusts right now 24 Indian River Inlet, 23 in Salisbury. So you can see the wind chill out there this morning. It feels like 19, Milford 23 in Georgetown, 19 in Bethany Beach. Now we do have small craft advisories that run through this evening with some winds upwards of 30, 35 knots offshore. Blowing and drifting snow will be an issue through the afternoon today. We're going to be stuck in the low 30s, and then that weak clipper system pushes through tonight, giving us a brief opportunity for a snow shower, rain shower early tomorrow morning. There's highs today, 35 in Easton, 34 Cambridge, 34 in Georgetown. The winds will continue to gust upwards of 30 out of the northwest. Now, as that clipper pushes through, we're going to see a shift in wind out of the southwest. So tomorrow will remain on the breezy side, but at least it'll be a little milder of a wind as we get back into the 40s. So there's the clouds increasing through the evening and overnight, and then there's that brief opportunity for a rain or even a snow shower as we go in through daybreak tomorrow. But we've rebounded pretty nicely. By the afternoon, we get up to near 50 degrees for most of the peninsula, and then we're looking to stay pretty mild even into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Again, another storm system that has a little bit more moisture to it will roll in Thursday, and you can see it Thursday night. You see rain across the area. This is going to be tracking just to our south, and there could be enough cold air to the north across northern portions of Newcastle County in through Philly to support a little snow. And then we have a few rain showers into the start of Friday, but most of Friday is dry, and that sets the stage for a really nice weekend here on the peninsula after quite a stormy stretch. 34 this afternoon with that blowing snow, winds out of the northwest at about 30 miles an hour, 24 overnight with increasing clouds. Again, watching for that threat of a brief snow shower or rain shower across the peninsula, not expecting it to amount to much. We're at 48 tomorrow afternoon, so some pretty good melting tomorrow, and we've rebounded pretty nicely. Watching that storm system Thursday into Friday, that will bring a chance of rain, but the pick of the week Saturday, 57 degrees under mostly sunny skies. Matt.
Thank you, Chris. And if you're looking for a job, be sure to join us this weekend for the Delmarva Job Fair. You can meet with dozens of employers from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday at the William J. Jason Technology Center at Delaware Tech in Georgetown. Bring your resume, and admission is free.
Here's some exciting news. Krispy Kreme has teamed up with Oreo to create That's excited. To create 2 new milk-worthy flavors. Starting today, customers will be able to purchase a Krispy Kreme and Oreo cookie collection. For a limited time, the donut chain will offer the new golden Oreo donut and chocolate donut, dream donut, Donuts in the new collection will be sold individually or with the company's everyday menu, favorite Oreo cookies and cream donut.
Grace, you did say today, right?
Here's hoping.
Okay. Legion Air is launching a first-of-its-kind Dollywood-themed flight for one day only this November. Travelers flying from Orlando to Knoxville will board specially numbered Flight 925, which is a reference to Dolly's iconic song, 9 to 5. It will include live entertainment, a trivia contest, and themed food and drinks.
And the time is now 5:53 a.m. It's time to check in with our coastal. Oh my gosh.
Look
Matt.
at these.
Oh my
All
goodness.
right, today's Coastal Pet of the Day, we are told our 2 best friends on your screen. That's Trooper and Marty. These 2 most likely spent all day cuddled up together by that fire on Monday, and they enjoyed a relaxing snow day. Trooper and Marty, they were submitted to us by Ann in Rehoboth Beach.
Matt, I think that's the best thing that I've seen all morning. Oh my goodness. When we see more of your pets on Delmarva, you can send us photos, tell us what makes them so special. If you take a look at your screen now.
Yeah, scan that QR code at the top center to get your friends to Coast TV News, and then watch weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature. We are bringing back First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono. The big dig out continues today.
All the shoveling is making us hungry. We're talking about Cape Cod chips and cheesesteaks all morning, Chris.
Oh, yeah. Now you're getting me hungry now. And maybe a nice coffee with, a muffin this morning. There we go. As we take a look at our expectations for the day today, not going to warm up all that much. 34 under partly cloudy skies. Going to be rather blustery with that northwest wind gusting to 30 miles an hour. You get your latest forecast by calling our First Alert weather phone, sponsored by Brockstead, Mandalos, and Federico. Now, as we go into the overnight, a weak clipper system is going to be pushing through. So if you're up early tomorrow morning, don't be surprised if you see a flake or 2 in the sky. Not going to amount to much. We rebound pretty nicely by the afternoon, 48, and then another storm system will arrive Thursday into Friday, bringing primarily rain to the area. But look at that, by Saturday, 57 degrees, and then even Sunday looking pretty nice, 53. And then unfortunately, we're looking at another shot of colder air into the start of next week, which could lead to some rain and snow by Tuesday and Wednesday.
All right, thanks, Chris. And coming up in our next hour, traction trouble. What we're seeing on our roads as cleanup efforts from the blizzard continue. That and more on Coast TV News today.